The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy. I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. We are in the Wicked Weed studio, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. The Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks had a battle on Thursday Night Football in Week 5. Los Angeles wins 26-17. On the LA side of this, you had the Matt Stafford. He played pretty well. I mean, considering in the second quarter he injured his finger. He didn't have too bad of stats, 365 yards passing. He did miss some touchdown throws, but again, the injured finger. It was a Robert Woods day.
You remember that thing I said about a Robert Woods day is coming?
Yep.
Well, Robert Woods day.
It came, 12 catches for 150 yards, and they ran the ball pretty well. Darrell Henderson, this whole thing with him and Sony Michel just might work out. Of course, when he's healthy, Sony's not really useful.
I don't think it's that he's not useful. He just doesn't seem to know the playbook. At least that's how I'm reading this. I could be completely wrong. It could just be a thing that they prefer Darrell Henderson. Now, my question would be, why in the hell did you give up a fourth-round pick if you were going to prefer Darrell Henderson?
Well, it's because of the injury history. It's because he's up, he's down, he may play, he may not play. So you got somebody to fill in when Darrell Henderson is hurt. But he got fed 17 carries in this game, 82 yards and a touchdown.
Henderson's without a doubt the best. He's without a doubt the best running back on this team. And moving forward, he will continue to be the one that carries the water. I think Sony Michel will be sprinkled in for his 10 to 12 touches a game. I told everybody that would listen, be patient on Robert Woods. This day is coming. I like every piece of this offense. I mean, name me a player for the Rams that you don't like going forward. I mean, do they exist? Van Jefferson, I still like him. If you told me Deshaun Jackson got abducted by space aliens tomorrow, Van Jefferson would be a top 40 wide receiver.
The rookie tight end they never used that you like, Jacob Harris.
Yeah, Jacob. He plays a lot of special teams, but he dresses.
Right.
So if something happened to Tyler Higbee, guess what? I like him too.
There you go. On the flip side of this, the Seattle Seahawks, of course, the main talking point is Russell Wilson's going to be gone for at least 6 weeks. Mallet finger, he slammed it into Aaron Donald's arm and ended up with the Frankie finger, and they had to put screws in it. So he's going to be out at least 6 weeks, could be 8 weeks.
This is the tale of two teams to me. This is where the NFC West separates. Because the LA Rams, to me, are still the best team in this division. I understand about the Cardinals, and they're fine, and I like them. But I still, if you told me right now I had to bet my house on one of these teams to win the division, it's the Rams. If you told me I had to bet my house on a team to finish last in this division, it's the Seattle Seahawks.
Yep.
The Rams schedule lightens up, and the Seahawks, with no Russell Wilson, have to go at the Steelers, Saints, Jaguars, at the Packers, Cardinals in the next 5 weeks. That's 4 losses. By the way, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. Hey, Seattle, thanks for that draft pick. My Jets are real happy about that.
Yeah, that's going to be a pretty high draft.
Yeah, we already got Elijah Vera Tucker with your first one, and I think we're going to do just fine with that second one, too.
Yep, probably so.
How's Jamal Adams working for you? If you remember how you're just stupid. You don't know. We're going to use Jamal Adams. Yeah, you're going to use him in coverage and watch him get torched like a fucking pig over a spit.
So in the meantime, at quarterback, it's going to be Geno Smith for the Seattle Seahawks.
Hey, here's another ghost of Jet past, Geno Smith.
Yep,
this is where you're going to see what I've said about Seattle forever. This team doesn't do anything well. They Russell Wilson well. That's it. And so now you've got these two great pieces in DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. You don't have anybody to get them the ball.
No, you got to throttle them back for the next couple of weeks, at least in fantasy speaking.
So you're going to have to find a running game of which every team that plays you is going to go, oh, you have Chris Carson? That's adorable. Here's 7 in the box.
Yep.
Watch Geno Smith turn the ball over, because this is what he's going to do. It took, when he was with the Jets, it took about half a year before the NFL figured him out and went, all you have to do is disguise the defense just a modicum of just tiny little bit of a way, and it'll fuck him up.
Yep. Thursday night, DK Metcalf had 2 touchdowns, was able to find some room against that LA secondary. And then the defense. The defense for the Seattle Seahawks is brutal. Bad.
It's brutally bad.
They are god-awful. 450 yards per game is what they give up. They are second worst against the rush. 145 rushing yards a game they give up. And they are number 3 worst against the pass.
That's hard to do.
And you had, after the game, Quandre Diggs, who got the interception in that game, was being asked, what do you do to fix it? And he goes, that ain't my job.
This is going to – I just see an implosion with Seattle. I see this being the – I could see this being the end of Pete Carroll.
Yep.
I really could. But, I mean, Pete's an older guy. Hell, he's almost 70 years old. Mm-hmm. And he could just say, you know what, there's so much left to do here. I don't want to. And just ride off into the sunset. And I think it would make all the sense in the world because, frankly, I think Seattle needs an injection of life.
Yeah.
Because this team has been the same team for, 8 years? Since you went to the Super Bowl? Mm-hmm. You're the same team. You have a great quarterback, and you have nothing around him.
No.
Oh, we got 2 great receivers. Yeah, and he's running for his life behind that offensive line.
Yeah.
You can't run. You can't play any defense. And this is what I tried to tell you last year. I was just a year ahead. And now you're going to see it because now the division has lapped you.
Yeah, well, they're not the same team from the heyday because the defense is awful.
But that's what I'm saying, is that the defense has regressed every year.
Yeah.
You had the Legion of Boom, and then slowly, one by one, they all got picked off. Mm-hmm. And now you're left with this defense that's been built by a bad drafter. And outside of Jordan Brooks, what do you have? It's just a mishmash Frankenstein bunch of bullshit that can't rush a passer. Mm-hmm. They can't defend good wide receivers. I mean, look what receivers are doing to you. You're not good.
Yeah. Seattle dropped to 2-3 with the 26-17 loss to the 4-1 LA Rams.
And conversely, look what the Rams have coming for the next 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Worst team in the NFL is...
Oh, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, second worst team in the NFL is...
Houston Texans.
Third worst team in the NFL is...
The Jets?
The Detroit Lions.
Oh, the Detroit Lions.
You play at the Giants, the Lions, and the Texans in the next 3 weeks. 7-1's not going to be real hard for you to get to before you play the Titans, 49ers, and Packers. That's where I think you'll see what the Rams really are. And I think they're damn good.
I'm Tank Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene. Be sure to hit that subscribe button to get all of our team-by-team content here in the Sportsocracy throughout the season. And, of course, join us every weekday morning live here in the Wicked Weed studio at 10 a.m. We'll see you next time.